Matthew is best known as the author of the first gospel that we read in the New Testament. Matthew was a former tax collector in Capernaum and went and followed Christ. What happened to Matthew after the ascension of Christ is not clear. Early church fathers have Matthew going to all different types of places, all around the ancient world. However, there is good reason to believe that Matthew at least began to minister in the Palestine area. While it is unclear where Matthew went for sure after he ministered in Palestine for some time, a lot of scholars will argue that Matthew went to Ethiopia, but this is by no means a guaranteed thing. Some early church writings, such as Hippolytus on the 12 and Isidore of Seville's writing, claim that Matthew faced a natural death. Yet some traditions report that Matthew in fact was a martyr. The Hynerian mythology, written in the 5th century, says that Matthew was martyred in Persia. Also, the Breviarium Apostolorum, written around 680, also says that Matthew was a martyr, once again, in Persia. There are numerous other traditions about the martyrdom of Matthew, and they vary significantly from one to another. So when all the literature is compared, most authors do claim that Matthew was, in fact, a martyr. However, we don't have the same early church writings about the martyrdom of Matthew as we do of some of the apostles such as Peter and Paul and the others, so it makes it a lot harder case to be made. But just because there are differences in the accounts of the martyrdom of Matthew doesn't mean that the martyrdom did not happen. There is strong evidence from a lot of early church writers that Matthew did in fact work to spread the gospel. We see consistently in early church writings that talk about his missionary journeys. However, there is not conclusive evidence for the martyrdom of Matthew, but it is certainly as plausible that he was a martyr as it is plausible that he is not a martyr. So thanks for listening, guys. I'm Zach, this is Adherent Apologetics, and I do want you to know that Matthew did write that first gospel, and he did say that Jesus rose from the dead, and that actually happened. I'll see you next time.